All right, wicked. I have Beyond Eternal with me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, Dwayne.
If we can go maybe just around, tell me who we got, what you do for the band.
All right, I'm Roy, lead guitar, lead vocals.
John, drummer.
Ryan, rhythm. Trevor, bass and backup vocals, and also sometimes lead vocals.
Wicked. What's the story behind Beyond Eternal? What's the name? What's the name mean? What's it mean to you?
Take it away, Roy.
That's a good fucking question.
Great fucking question.
Beyond Eternal was just kind of a thing. I mean, Beyond Eternal is left to the listener's imagination. Really, I didn't have a set, reason.
Okay.
You can look at it as, from a spiritual standpoint. I mean, they say the soul lives on forever.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. I mean, regardless of what you go through in life, it's all about enduring through it and,
Cool. So not necessarily a personal thing, but one of those that, I know.
It was just a cool fucking name.
Exactly. I've been in bands where that's exactly what it was, is it just sounded fucking cool. And really, if someone else can come up with a really wicked meaning behind it, then thumbs up, right? But that was good.
Yeah, when one person comes up with a name and everybody else goes, yeah, we like that.
Yep.
Don't keep looking.
It's just meant for the person to say, hey, I relate to this on this level. It's just like the songs. We want them to relate to it on their own level.
Yep. Awesome. Well, speaking of the songs, and actually, Trevor, you mentioned this in some conversation earlier, the writing. How do you guys go about writing as a band and bringing it together?
Writing, for the most part, especially with this record, has been Roy and John. John does a lot of the arranging, and Roy comes up with just riffs out of absolutely nowhere. Reminds me of Jeff Waters, and I don't know where he pulls this crap. There's a song that we have on the record. It's probably our second biggest track that we absolutely love to play live. It's called, it's one that I wrote, Live for Nothing or Die for Something. He's like, well, what do you want this to sound like? I don't know, just like a Slayer song. He's like, okay.
Cheers, man.
He literally sat there and looked up at the sky for about 2 seconds. Come up with a riff. I'm like, oh, that's it. I guess we don't really have to worry about anything else.
Okay.
It's like, let's come up with a chorus riff. And you come up with it. I was like, well, that was easy. He said, well, if all the songs are like this, we won't have a problem. I said, the record will be done in about 6 months.
I'm glad you think.
Yeah.
I remember joining this band, 2-3 years ago? And I played in a metal, I guess you could call it speed metal. It was always constant, double bass, constant blast beats.
Yep.
And this fucking guy starts writing all these different timing riffs in the same song. Yeah, that wasn't fun to play with.
How you got
At first.
That's the Jeff Waters. That's the Annihilator thing. There's a lot of Hetfield in there too.
Okay.
And that's of course it was my audition was actually funny because I actually botched probably the 3 easiest Metallica songs, and Roy's like, okay, well, I got a riff I'm working on. Okay, well, you play it. So he starts playing it, and John's doing something on the drums. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing? And what are you doing? So I started playing, and after we finished, he's like, yeah, do you want a job? I'm like, well, that was easy. How do you botch For Whom the Bell Tolls and still get a job in a metal band? I don't get that.
Well,
hey, whatever. I guess that's...
And you're still here? How long ago was that?
Actually, it'll be 2 years ago, November 1st.
Nice. How long have I been Beyond Eternal been a band?
Well, John and I kind of had it going. It was a previous incarnation called Ravenous Eternus, which is a very wordy name.
It's a mouthful.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Very Latin.
We had it for a long time.
When somebody would ask me what the name of my band was, I can't remember.
Yeah, or something.
I know there's an E in it.
So much for promotion, huh?
Yeah, it was a bit wordy. It would have got changed regardless. We lost our other guitar player, who was also a bass player in the previous band I had.
Yep.
He passed away.
Oh, no.
So we, John and I kind of put ourselves in a holding pattern for a while until we decided, okay, you know what, we're healed out. We're ready to fucking make this a go. And we had a bass player temporarily named Al Gilbert who kind of came in, and the three of us were like, yeah, let's go. I got this name Beyond Eternal. What do you think? Hey, we love it. And then Beyond Eternal was born.
Yeah.
Al didn't stay in the band very long. I mean, he wasn't really part of the writing process. The writing was me and John up to that point.
Okay.
And then. Rest is history. Fucking Facebook message this dick here later, and this other Ryan comes in later on, fucking completes the package, and
Call me Dick if you want, but I'm not gonna like it.
Ryan was hired due to reverse psychology. Strictly reverse psychology.
It's
Okay.
almost like they made me join the band.
They told you that you couldn't, and so you did.
So, really?
Well, I'll be honest.
twisted,
He
but it
came out
works.
and jammed with us one night, and we played a lot of Metallica stuff, and I thought me and him clicked. And
Yeah.
after we jammed, I looked at him. I said,
we did.
"Well, what do you think?"
He
He
did.
was
I was
like, "Well,"
confused. I wasn't sure.
he was like, "I don't know, man. I'll have to think about it." I'm like, "Dude, what the hell's there to think about?"
this just kicked 50 shades of ass. There's no thinking.
And of course, I peppered the snot out. He's like, well, my wrist kind of hurts. I'm like, well, I said, that's what happens when you play, when you go from playing Godsmack stuff to, now it's a change to straight up speed metal. Like,
Yeah.
my wrist hurts.
But no, I gel well with these guys. These guys are awesome.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Totally.
He completes us.
And
He makes
I kind of threatened him to join, or I was going to beat his ass.
yeah, so there might have been a little bit of threat.
Yeah.
There's a little physical violence. We may have his kitty hostage.
Yeah.
Still, even to this day.
Dude, that cat would have you hostage, man. If you
Yeah,
see the
fuck
size
yeah.
of it.
But it's really good.
It's bigger than this cooler.
That's
I'm sitting
awesome.
on.
I dig it.
Wicked. You mentioned how smooth the recording the writing ended up going. How did the recording go for this album?
The first
Recording
song.
actually didn't go
The
too
first
bad.
song.
The drum tracks banged out fairly quickly.
Except for the first song.
Well, the first song was a bit rough. We went and redid that.
I spent more time on the first song, I think, than all the other songs put together.
I can't wait to hear that song.
But
For the most part.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was our easiest song.
We started off with the title track, Faith and Death, which is, got a lot of personal meaning to me personally.
Okay.
That was actually written, and the riff was written, and the lyrics were written by, our fallen brothers. So.
Right.
In fact, anyone listening to the song, at the very end, you actually get to hear him playing.
Oh, no
we
shit.
got a recording before he passed.
Yeah.
We got a recording of him playing, so we were able to kind of incorporate that, which was kind of cool. But
It's really epic, really, to have this playing at the end of the song.
Yeah, that's an amazing concept for
Just
sure.
add a
It
lot
completes
more.
it.
Yeah.
It completes the song.
But
Nice.
it took us 2 tries to actually get that. We did it. We realized we fucked it up, and then we had to go back and fix it. But everything else just kind of flowed.
Sweet.
the vocals were really intriguing because Roy, I don't know what he does. Is he goes into the booth, me, him, and one track. Our producer Sean Hickey, he's got this thing about doing 2 vocal takes,
Yep.
and he chooses from the best.
Yeah.
Well, Roy does both. He's like, I don't know what to choose because both are like spot on every time.
Nice.
My first song was a pain because I had to do like 6 takes, and I cooked my voice because I was doing like a Tom Araya thing, like a really high pitched squeal.
Okay.
Now it's completely different. Now I sound like Chuck Billy and Max Cavalera, so it's completely weird for me to do that. But the good thing is that when I sing like that, I did 1 take, 2nd take, and it was done.
Okay.
And
Sweet.
I mean, the guitar tracks were probably, it's kind of like the same thing. Like Roy would go in, done. Ryan, on the other hand, it would take him 4 hours just to get one little small section of 6 bars.
I'm picky.
I've been there. Oh, I've been there.
Ryan is
Everything, no.
a perfectionist, and that actually just makes it even better. When you hear the album, like you hear it, it's just shit is just bang on, right? Like there's no room to fuck up with this guy in the band.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's scary
We
because
recorded the album. I'm like, I hear it. I'm fuck. I could have did better than that. No, I beat myself up over.
We are our worst critics, of course.
He's
but-
probably the scariest guitar player ever because after we recorded something, Sean would send it out to all of us and we're like, oh man, it's awesome. Ryan's like, no, I hear this little harmonic in there. I'm like, what are you talking about? How? And literally there was somewhere in the song he hears this harmonic and when you're playing thrash metal at that kind of volume that we do it at, and he's like, oh, I hear a harmonic. What do you mean you hear a harmonic? Where? I don't hear hear it.
The guy's a freak of nature.
No doubt no one would pick it up live, but
No,
that would drive you nuts in the
it
recording.
drives me crazy. I
Yeah.
have it right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Without him and his perfect ear, it's
No, this fella's got a perfect ear too.
We all have our, I guess, weaknesses and strengths that we all kind of,
Makes us what we are.
yeah. It's like one person lacks in this, well, guess what? Well, the next person in line makes up for it. So it's just like,
And so thus you
It's-
felt you
We more or less help each other.
We help each other a lot, right?
Yeah.
What we need to do, help each other.
Awesome.
So,
So what's next? The album has been officially released now, yes?
The album's officially released. At this point, it's just spreading it out there.
Yeah.
We got a music video in the works.
Awesome.
I'll keep you posted when that comes out.
Yes, please do.
But at this point, it's just, okay, now that it's out, get it promoted the hell out of it and get it everywhere we can possibly get it globally. And,
Sweet.
tour our asses off as best we can.
ECMAs in your future, maybe?
Oh, it'd be nice. I don't know what kind of, I acknowledge what they give to thrash metal, but, well,
Well, there's the loud category.
Yeah.
They have some pretty loud,
we'll
pretty
go
heavy
for
shit
it,
there. Yeah, awesome. Good
well, no
stuff.
until we try.
that's right.
All right. Well, my Metal Nation radio listeners are only familiar with the one track that I've been spinning for a couple months now since you gave it to me.
Rest time.
Looking forward to hooking them up with some more. In the meantime, how can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with us either on the Facebook page. It's probably the easiest way to go, or just go to www.beyondeternal.net. They can get all the lyrics to the songs, live videos, pictures, desktop wallpapers, the whole fucking shebang. Links to our Facebook and Reverb Nation pages. They can easily hook us up there. Fucking shoot us a message, say hey, whatever. We're fucking all about interacting with the fans. So.
Awesome. Good stuff.
And that's one of the one things we pride ourselves on is interacting with the fans. Like once our set's done, just because it's done doesn't mean we're gonna go hide somewhere in the corner like some rock stars would. We'll hang out with them and chit chat, have a beer, and call her a night, I guess.
Nice.
I'm just a fan that likes to play music. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I am too, my friend.
You gotta be. It's in it for the right reason. I mean, people in the crowd are no different than us. You get some people that get their head stuck up their ass. And
I love watching other bands play because it's inspiring to me.
Absolutely.
To watch other people play.
Yeah.
And go, oh my God, you learn from other
We're
people.
just four lucky fans getting a chance to
Even
do
though
what
you've
we
been
like
playing
to
for a
do.
long time, you still learn. You still pick up a different technique.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I've met a musician that isn't a music lover.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I ever want to, really.
yeah.
That's kind of a judgment, I
I'm
guess.
sure they
but-
exist. I
I
don't
would
want to
only
be
just slap him on the head.
Yeah, well, how is that even, it's almost a contradiction in itself, so. Awesome. Well, fellas, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it, and we'll keep things going on Metal Rises in the East, and we'll keep in touch and see where life takes you.
Absolutely.
Wicked.
Nice, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.